Hi guys, we are gonna make easy breezy bread. Okay, ready for this? It's so awesome, you're gonna love this. It's homemade bread. You've probably seen the recipes. I've been testing the no-knead 4-ingredient bread and I found the perfect way to do it. And it's so simple. So take a bowl. It could be glass, ceramic, or metal. 3 cups of flour. We're gonna pour it right in. We'll make a mess too, it's fun. It's reality. Okay, now you wanna get your water to between 105 and 110 degrees. You really do need one of these little thermometers to do this accurately because it's gonna make a difference. So make sure when you're testing your water that your thermometer is up in the water. I have 106 degrees. I'm gonna put 1.5 teaspoons of coarse salt right in. Okay, 2 teaspoons of yeast. Now it could be rapid, it could be active, it doesn't matter. All that matters is make sure that it has the right expiration date, right? So it's not expired. I just mixed that in. Now I'm gonna make a little well. So it's still gonna require the same time no matter what kind of yeast you've decided to use. Okay, now I'm gonna pour this right in the well. Real easy. Okay. Now, all I'm gonna do is mix it in. Okay, and typically I just go around the bowl like this. You could mix it in whatever way you want. You could use your hands if you want, that's fine. I'm just doing this. Now that I got that, you can see that at the bottom there's some dry stuff, so I'm going to take everything off of my spoon and I'm going to use my hand and just put that in because I want everything, okay? And my dough is warm. This is really all I'm doing, is just combining and bringing it together. It doesn't have to be a perfect ball because it's all gonna rise together, okay? Now, that's all we're doing. Now we just wanna cover it because we wanna keep this heat inside. So I have my giant food service saran wrap because, you know, professional baker, so I like to have this. So all I'm doing is covering it up. And that's it. So I wanna make sure that it's sealed, and it's sealed, all right? This is gonna go on the side. It could go in a cold oven. It can go anywhere. In 12 to 18 hours, I'll be back with you and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna bake it. I'm gonna wash my hands. All right, I'll see you then. Hi you guys, it's time to make bread. All right, so about 15 hours ago, I prepared the dough, right, without kneading, and here it is. Now covering it is always nice. I've noticed that covering it with a little dry dishcloth or some sort of cloth is nice to help it rise even better. And I do use the plastic wrap. It's not totally necessary, like the old school ways they didn't use plastic wrap, but it is nice to keep a seal. So this is what it looks like. Looking pretty good, right? I can see there's a lot of air. It looks really nice. So now all we're doing is we are going to form a ball to put in the Dutch oven so that we can bake our bread. This is going to be a rustic bread. It's going to be delicious with a crusty crust, and you can make it a little less crusty if you want. We like it a little bit more cooked with a nice air inside. It's a delicious bread. Always better the very first day, but I'll show you how to keep it as well. Anyway, let's do this. So here's the dough. I have a little bit of flour. I'm going to flour it down, and then I'm going to flour the top as well. Okay, and then if you could see, I'm going to just lift the corners. Smell that air. All right. So nice. This turned out really well. So you don't need to grease your dish because this stickiness that happens with the dough is going to happen regardless as if you use any sort of extra ingredient or not. Do you hear that little jingle jangle? Those are my dogs in the background. They're running around and they still have jingle bells on because we thought it was cute, so we added the jingle bells to their little necks so we know where they're at all times. Okay. Their collars, you know what I'm talking about. So look at this dough. Do you see? Maybe I can get in the shot. It's really loose and flat. I'm going to put a little bit of flour on the top, okay? And then I want to make sure that everything is combined because sometimes there's a little bit of clumps inside. This dough is feeling really soft and awesome, honestly. You could probably do a beautiful focaccia with this. I'm just going to put my fingers in it and I'm not kneading it. I'm just kind of feeling it out, okay? What I like to do to make a ball is just spread it out a little bit, and I'm gonna make a little diaper. And I know my daughter thinks it's so funny, but I'm gonna go down at the top, like a triangle, right? And then I'm gonna go like this, and like this, all right? And then I'm gonna fold it. It's really funny. My dog is playing at my feet. She wants me to throw a toy. It's not happening. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn it over. You see me turning it over? I'm trying to get it in the shot here because I'm doing it by myself this morning. Now, you could do this just with your hands. If you have a pastry cutter, that's cool too. And the pastry cutter you see professionals doing is because they don't want to really touch the dough. They want to touch it minimally, and they want it to look really nice and perfect, but we're not really going for perfect. So I'm going to just kind of flour my hands a tiny bit, and just, right? So see, look, you're going round and round, and we have this beautiful circle. And like, see how it kind of jiggles? Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so awesome. I'm super stoked about it. Okay. So if you wanted to use the pastry cutter, this is what you would do, right? Now, I'm gonna try to get this in the shot. I have my Dutch oven, okay? Just like this. It's pretty big. Not most Dutch ovens are not this gigantic. So you could either use parchment paper or a mat, and you're gonna put that down at the bottom, okay? Then you're gonna put your beautiful ball of dough right in the center. And all we do now is we cover it, all right? Let it rest for 30 minutes. We could score it if we want to score it. I'll show you how I score it. And then we're gonna put it in the oven for 30 minutes. Guys, this is what it looks like now. So after 30 minutes, you can see that our little ball of dough has really spread itself out. It's even softer than it was before. It's crazy, right? It's like amazing. I'm super stoked with this dough. So I'm going to score it, all right? I think I'm gonna. I got my little X-Acto knife that I use just for food, all right? So it's like a blade, just like that, really simple. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I could do this. I think I could do this. I was showing you how I'm gonna do it. So I'm just gonna go with the flow and just do it however. I think I'm gonna go across. I'm gonna make a cross. I'm gonna do a little star. All right, that's it. This is very heavy, by the way. And I'm gonna cover it, put it in the oven for 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna uncover it and see if I could do a couple little tricks I've learned to not have my bread be so brown at the very bottom. It kind of burns a little bit. I don't want any burn. Hello, guess what guys, we did it. We made bread and it turned out so awesome. I can't even tell you how many times that I've tried this in my own oven. Trial and error, got burnt bottoms. This time it worked out so beautifully. Take a look at this. I don't know if you can see it really well. There's the front, there's the bottom. No black burnt bottom, which was a problem in my own oven. And if you want to hear it, and then you see what's happening? Yeah, that's everything that I've always wanted in a bread, and this is the easiest, most awesome bread I've ever made. I'm just very happy right now. So let's cut into it. I'm gonna set this aside for now. I'm gonna cut into it, and then I'm gonna tell you how I did it, the second part of baking, just because it takes a little bit of work. So let's check it out. I think I'm gonna gift myself a new bread knife. What do you think? Pretty nice, right? Got some nice air, pretty cute. Man, I love this bread so much. I cannot wait for you to do this yourself because it is absolutely worth doing. So I'm gonna tell you about the bread. So this is what I did. You guys saw how I put it together, right? And then I put a little baking mat, or you could use parchment paper, right? So I put a baking mat down and I put the loaf down, okay? My oven bakes at 425. So when I write this recipe down, I'm gonna say 425. 450 is just too high for me. I'm sure for a lot of ovens, but when you're baking for an hour or maybe a little bit more, 450 for an hour is a ton. So 425, okay? The lid was on, okay, for 30 minutes. Then I took the lid off. I took the bread out. Check this out. I put the lid on top. This is cornmeal that's been cooked. I just wanted to show you what it looks like because it kind of burns. I sprinkled a bunch of cornmeal over the inverted lid. Then I put the same mat on top, and then I baked my bread on top of that, okay? That's it. That way, the heat, the cornmeal is separating from the heat and everything gets super golden and super perfect. And it seems complicated, but it's really not, because all you need is either a baking mat or parchment paper and some cornmeal. Easy breezy, that's it. Super awesome, okay. So these are my rolls. Let's see how these rolls turned out. Oh my word. These are a little bit more, I didn't cook them as much, but you could hear. Okay, I'm gonna see if they're really pull apart. You ready to pull apart? Let's take a peek. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. How cool is that? I just think it's really awesome because you could get these like little individual bits. And if you like the crust, then you have like a bunch of crust all around, right? It's pretty cool. What do you think, Saj? Do you like? Thumbs up. Okay, so this is how I did it with the rolls. You guys saw how I rolled all the cute little dough, cut the dough, roll the dough, really easy. So I put this mat inside here, right? And all the little dough rolls were in here. I baked that for 30 minutes. I did the same thing. I put the lid on, I put this on, and then I baked it right on top of that. So 30 minutes inside, 30 minutes on top. So this time I did not use cornmeal, and it turned out pretty well, actually. And I think that's because this is like, it was concaved, but I would probably put a little cornmeal at the bottom of that, the lid next time too. So there you have it, my friends. Beautiful bread, no knead. We're winning at life with this bread. So I hope you make this. I hope you like it. If you have any questions, you can ask me. All right, bye.